from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
When I start to whine, I have no control.
Carnival again. Juve again. And I know there are some people that just did already start to miss this thing already. They don't start to say, wait, in 2027, how we looking? I tell you, this thing at called Carnival is a jumbie inside of you. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago. Our neighbors in the Caribbean, our friends who are streaming all around the globe on www. Good day to you. And of course, thank you so much for choosing us, making us your choice. New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. Yes, we take you above and beyond each and every day. Let me say much thanks as always to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. Everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing on to you. Sir Charles, this is me. Happy am I to be in your company in this space. As we welcome everybody. Yes, it's a Thursday, a throwback Thursday. Welcome to Get Up and Go. This is your breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your morning drink.
All right, it is another beautiful day as we welcome you to the breakfast show. Everybody, wherever you may be, it's a real pleasure to be in your company. I'm yours truly, Sir Charles, and of course we welcome Richard in a little bit, and of course Wendell, who's always here very early. That's one thing about Wendell. Wendell's get up early. Mr. Stephen, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Morning. Good morning to the and good morning, listeners and persons all over this wonderful globe of ours. It's the second day, of course, of Lenten, second day of Ramadan. I found a very interesting piece from someone we interviewed quite recently, Father Robert Crystal. I just love Robert. I mean, Robert really preaches the way all preachers should preach. You understand? He reminds me a bit, maybe this one is a little extreme, of the evangelical pastor Gino Jennings. I don't know if you've ever seen his
Yeah.
Very controversial. Very, very controversial. But Robert is not controversial, but he's just laid out for you, as plain as possible. And I like how he's dealing with the hypocrites, because we have plenty. I mean, he even used that word to us when we interviewed him the other day. You know what I mean? Yeah. He had to deal with him. He had to deal with them hypocrites, and Robert, Father Crystal, let me call him Father Crystal, deals with it in really a nice way, So Good morning, people. It's Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday morning in Trinidad and Tobago, as it is in most other parts of the globe. Special good morning to my beautiful admirers out there in Addis Ababa,
Yeah.
and of course,
Admirers, is you put an estate, right?
Yeah. Admirers, yes.
I just so you have a little database,
Yeah. When I actually go and visit, I'll do the program from there. Trust me, because I will be in Addis Ababa, God willing, to do radio. I mean, it'll probably be the night time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because if you're there right now, it would be either after 12 or after 1 o'clock right now, PM.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
You'll be doing the radio and having lunch, I suppose.
Ramadan
Having some good old Trini food in Addis Ababa.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for. I don't know if in Ethiopia have jollof rice. I know in Ghana has it, and in Nigeria has it, and I even got it in Senegal. So I guess Ethiopia should have jollof rice.
What do you call it?
Jollof rice. JOLLOF.
Okay.
It's like a pilau thing, but in Ghana, I found out that they made it with shrimp. So I had to stop eating it. I had to tell them specifically, don't make mine with shrimp.
Okay.
Because I'm terribly allergic to shrimp.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a seafood individual.
Nope. Terribly allergic to it.
Yeah. Well, when you go
congratulations. Sorry.
I said, well, don't worry. When you go Addis Ababa, they make sure that you have a healthy diet of plenty meat.
Yeah. Well, in some parts of Africa, because they're on the coast, they use a lot of fish too. I know Senegal, they eat a lot of fish, and lamb, because it's mostly Muslim. It's mostly Muslims out there. You know what I mean? So they use a lot of lamb.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good. Really, really good. You know what? Before we get into all the other things, I'm going to play Father Crystal for you one time.
Yeah. Listen to this, all you.
Isaiah
Everybody
said
should watch
fasting and they do all kind of things, but you're not treating people good. I prefer you not to fast and treat people good. Because your fasting does nothing to me when you treat neighbor badly. Eat what you want to eat, but treat people good. If it's one thing you can do for this Lent, if you have anybody that you haven't forgiven, work on that alone. And don't repeat it, and eat meat. Because what it makes that you eat meat for the whole Lent, get a nice six-pack, you're looking strong and good, you detox, and you still have you're eating up in the neighbor.
No, I could play that whole day.
Yeah. I feel so. Hold on. I think we need to get this message out.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Today Isaiah says you're fasting and you do all kind of things, but you're not treating people good. I prefer you not to fast and treat people good. Because your fasting does nothing to me when you treat neighbor badly. Eat what you want to eat, but treat people good. If it's one thing you can do for this Lent, if you have anybody that you haven't forgiven, work on that alone. And don't repeat it, and eat meat. Because what it makes that you eat meat for the whole Lent, get a nice six-pack, you're looking strong and good, you detox, and you still have you're eating up in the neighbor.
Well said, Father.
Well said, Father Crystal. Good message. Good Lenten message.
You're fasting for Lent. You're fasting for Ramadan. But you're treating people bad.
Yeah, but you don't like people.
Yeah. You have your prejudices against this one and that one. But you're fasting.
You're going out
point of fasting.
And some people just go the way to make life miserable for you.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, Father Crystal, thanks very much for that piece of message.
Yeah. You're fasting from eating meat. You get your nice six-pack and thing. You're looking good. You detox. But you're still treating people bad. Huh?
What about talking, though?
No, we talking about Father Crystal's message, which is so timely about the hypocrites. You didn't see it?
No.
Play it again, listen, Charles. Play it again.
Isaiah says you're fasting and you do all kind of things, but you're not treating people good. I prefer you not to fast and treat people good. Because your fasting does nothing to me when you treat neighbor badly. Eat what you want to eat, but treat people good. If it's one thing you can do for this Lent, if you have anybody that you haven't forgiven, work on that alone. And don't repeat it, and eat meat. Because what it makes that you eat meat for the whole Lent, get a nice six-pack, you're looking strong and good, you detox, and you still have you're eating up in the neighbor.
That is his Lenten message.
Yeah. Oh, very valid.
Very, very valid. I still have to work on the part with forgiving people, but I'm working on it. I ain't give up.
You who say let go and let go at the end of every show don't know how to let go.
No, sometimes I have faltered. No, honestly, I have faltered. And it's because of, I guess, the hypocrisy that I've had to live with from some people. and the selfishness and ungratefulness. But I really need to practice forgiving a little.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, I need to practice that too. I must confess.
Richard, good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. My apologies for being a little late, and I'm going to go off camera shortly anyway. But, good morning and good morning to our listeners and viewers across the planet, wherever you're from and wherever your time zone, what day your time zone reflects at this point, evening, night, morning, whatever it is.
So I'm like sending greetings to Ethiopia then?
No, to everybody. I said the world.
Okay.
And of course, good morning to my co-host, Wendell and Sir Charles. So, of course, I'm busy in rehearsals. So rehearsals went a little late last night. Well, a little later than usual, I should say. So Scandal in Cedros is on. We are pushing the hours. And, of course, we start next week, Saturday and Sunday. I know tickets are already selling at outlets. So there's a lot of activity going on already. So get your tickets early because it's at Central Bank Auditorium. And that's on Saturday next week, which is Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. at Central Bank Auditorium. So get your tickets. Of course, tickets are available at K Squared Fashions, Eastgates, West Mall and Brentwood Mall, Jabili Rawe in Tunapuna, Electronics in Arima, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza for those of you in that area. And of course, Champlain Auto Services in Champlain. But really looking forward to it. And of course, we keep adding stuff. Oh God, Deborah is hilarious in this play. She is hilarious. She's be so funny, she's be laughing herself. One actress who can laugh on stage, who can laugh on stage is Deborah, If she get caught up, oh God. I remember a play stopped because both of us laughing on our stage at one point. The audience laughing, we laughing, and the play stopped for like 5 minutes. I remember that. But it's all fun. And laughter is really a fantastic medicine to any stress you're going through.
For sure.
So you should not miss it. Scandal in Cedros.
Beautiful.
Let me say happy birthday to Alan Samuel, former councillor in Port of Spain, critical thinker on Facebook. Happy birthday, Alan, my friend.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah. And anyone else celebrating a birthday today? Today is February 19th? 19th.
Yeah.
Right. 19th. Yeah.
Birthdays or anniversary. Anything is celebrated today. But you know what?
You did good news on stuff already, right?
No, we're not going to do that.
No.
Oh, okay.
So let's get into this good news segment.
You okay there, Sir Charles?
No, well, it's all packaged, but apparently it's
It repeated.
it's fine.
Like Sir Charles got for coffee.
No, because like when I got it and when I loaded it up this morning, I saw it was 4 minutes past. I wonder if it's so long, why? You know? But then I realized why it was so long because Richard loaded twice. But it's a nice video. I mean, it's well circulated.
Yes. It's like the equivalent of Holland's Got Talent, but America's Got Talent in Holland.
Yeah,
it's a Dutch show. You know,
I always tell myself if I get the resources and the backing behind me, I would do that. The Trinity talent of that.
You will do that?
Yeah.
You mean you'll do a program? You won't be a contestant?
No, not a contestant.
Oh, you worry me then?
No.
All right.
Then I have to work night and day and night and to get it like that. But I talk about that is remember because we had scouting for talent.
Yes.
Everybody just stiff our ideas and turn it into big money.
Yeah.
Scouting for talent. That is scouting for talent. You're watching there.
Yes, and we had teen talent, and we had Mastana Bahar. We had all these things with our different cultures that a lot of people improved upon, right, and made money off of it.
Yeah, and just like the little sisters, and then when they come and they hear rum and Coca-Cola, they take it and they go on with it.
Mm-hmm.
They make more money than anybody else who produces it here. And you know who else make real money? The man who a man who finger licking good. He come to Trinidad and Tobago and see people eating roti. And gone with me tagline.
80 plus years old, he became a billionaire.
You understand? Yeah, because he come to Trinidad and somebody carry me and we went and Socorro Barak away, but you see people eating roti. And everybody licking their hand. Oh, this is finger licking roti boy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah. But I don't know who's the artist, eh?
No, I don't know who it was either. She wasn't identified.
Yeah,
but she sounded like maybe she's Jamaican. She sounded a bit Jamaican. If you listen good, you pick up a little bit on the accent.
Yeah, I don't know. She had real good vibes, and they look good.
Yeah, that was Patrice, right? This was Patrice tune, right? Taylor Holland Gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think Patrice commented on it also. I think that is why it got out like that. I think Patrice was the first person who probably I saw a comment on where that is, and she said that it was so good to sit back and watch somebody do that kind of performance to her music. She was real pleased with it. She commended the individual. Yeah. So.
All right, let's greet the folks in the chat. Valerie Mendoza. Well, Richard is not here to highlight the chat. He just went out camera a bit. Valerie Mendoza, good morning. Margaret Thomas, Suzanne Jessup, that's Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma, of course. Apollina's, Eunice Dublin, Odell Guy, morning Odell. Slick Money Grip, Deborah Noel Surrett, Boy B. Daisy from DB, Diane Payne, says blessed morning. Robert Taylor from Fernandina Beach says good morning, guys. And he's doubled up on his greetings. Marlon Motley from North Val, St. Sherwin, and Juliet Kerr from Arima. Ian Stewart also doubled up on the good morning today. Rena Buru Jennings, morning Rena. Ozzy Molino, Merle McComey, Ava Smith, Joyce Phillip also doubled up. Manager TTU, who is Norris Ferguson. Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine. Carol Guevara from Chaguanas. Trinidad Margot, I saw commenting on a Facebook thing. Yeah, I'm almost certain it's the same person. Morning, Robert Allen, good morning. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Alice Sahad from San Fernando is suffering from Carnival withdrawal. Trini Merle Kitchen, Mrs. R also says good morning. Anthony Atwell, James Kamau, Helen Prescott, Apollina's, I agree with Father Christo. Yeah, you're right. Can't help but agree with him. Patricia Defoe, Prabha Ramdial, Kim Govaya, Forgiveness, wonderful video, and the sound came across it just this morning, Marcia Rock also says good morning. Margarita Chow, Chris Tusa out there in Washington D.C. It has flashed across my TV that Prince Andrew has been arrested in the UK. Prince, okay. It flashed across his TV. Okay, I haven't seen that yet, Chris. But that will be big news. Anon says, good morning, all. The one who lets the dog out tune got stolen. Sure, right. That's Ansem Douglas. CJ from New York, morning, CJ. Ambrose Blau from New York also. Sankofa also sends greetings. Lester Cradwell and Ila Rizan. All right. Those are all the greetings I have on the chat.
Okay. Well, let me see who we have on the WhatsApp this morning. Most noticeably missing this morning. I'm not seeing Kent. So, Kent, I'm hoping all is well with you. He's normally off the chat very early. Archbishop Ashton Clark out there in Canada, good day to you. To Mr. Billy and the folks out there in Powder Magazine. And also to Anthony Artwell, to Carlin and Kelly from Carenage. Peter Wilson, good morning. Zena and the Arima people, good day to you. Captain Ron out in Orlando. Good day to Captain Ron. To Mahi, who's out there in Columbus, Ohio. Ron DeSantis out there in Virginia, good day to you. Fifi out there in Addis Ababa, and Wendell, she says that we have Injira, I hope Engira, Injira, not that kind of rice.
Oh, they have a different rice. Let me
Yeah,
Google it one time.
right.
All right.
Yeah, so they have that. To Brenda in Penal, good morning. Charmin out there in New York. And of course, Mark, Mr. Beeps, good day to you. And all the people who are streaming with us this morning on Gaia Caribbean TV. Well, you have one Gaia.
It's
Gotta
cricket.
have one.
Let me
Yeah.
switch. I watch cricket.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure that everything is right. But
Yeah,
good morning to you guys. And stay with us. We're going for a short break and we will be back. And of course, remember, this is your space. You can advertise with us here on New Era TT Radio. Okay?
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You are ready for this one?
In Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakoa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Well, all who are looking for that rice in Ethiopia saying Shaga, Xgina, AXJIGNA. I think that's it. Or Nurika.
Well, maybe in the case they may have spelled it wrong. But they had spelled it TNIGRRA. I think that's how they spelled it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have NERICA. All right. Anyway, let's get into the newspapers today. Yeah, some guy. Well, I'm gonna try it. I'm sure about that. I like rice.
Whatever it is, you're going to try it.
I am going to try it. As soon as I touch down in Addis Ababa. King of the Road, that's the main headline in today's Express. Soca superstar Marshall breaks Kitchener's 50-year record to capture his 12th title, and there's a picture of Marshall Montano. Of course, we're going to get into that a bit later and do a poll based on some of the stories coming out of that particular incident. Lost Tribe is Band of the Year again. And there's a picture of masqueraders as they prance across the Southeast stage. Some stories on the inside. Marshall breaks Kitchen's record, acclaimed for historic win, and that's all stories concerning Marshall. Of course, his first road march would have been in 1997 in Big Truck. I think that's the last time I really enjoyed Carnival, because I had some friends here, and I remember I told you that story about how they lift me up and put me up on top of a truck.
Yes.
Yeah. That was the last time. So I didn't realize that was Marshall's first road march through that year. Big truck. One in Penrod. Of course, shutdown cost earnings and placement. That's the story of the shutdown in Cuba and, of course, San Fernando with the mask. The police have yet to explain it properly. The mayor said he still has had no word from the police. Tuco president on road march, no rules against appearing multiple times. That's what I want to talk about.
You want to read a little bit of that?
Yeah. So A.Z. King, he said, there is no rule that prevents a road march contender from performing or limits them from performing their entry at judging points. In other words, there is no longer a rule that you could run from truck to truck and sing your song. Guess when the rule stopped? Guess when? Make a wild guess.
Last year.
2026. This year. It suddenly is not a rule that you could jump from truck to truck. Well, like only one person get a memo.
Wow.
One person did it. So it was a rule all the time, people. What we don't know is when it became a rule, because we saw people do it long time.
Yeah.
Maybe they broke the rules back then. But guess it stopped being a rule from 2026. I kid you not.
Wow.
So said the president of Tuco, Ainsley King. Tuco need a cousin. Tuco need a cousin again.
And clearly that probably, because I didn't hear anybody talk about it until now. So it is probably one of those things that, that happened very quietly, that is not really mentioned. I wonder how many things in the rule book has changed right now.
Listen, let me tell you something. There was a time I didn't like Marshall Montano because of his attitude and so on, and all the stories I've heard and seen. But Marshall has changed a lot. I have to tell you that over the years, right? He is more engaging now. He is more accommodating. He is more humble. He is a lot more like his father now. Because his father is one of the nicest human beings. Really, really nice.
You can get a better human being.
Is one of the nicest human beings.
Yeah. Monty is like that.
Yeah. So, but I've seen the changes in Marshall. So I'm happy for him. I'm genuinely happy for him. I think he's supremely talented. You understand? So, but we'll see where that goes. But it's strange that a rule changed this year, and he knew about it, that he could have gone, run and jump from truck to truck. That kind of strange to me. Anyway, take a social media break, so says for Lent, so says Archbishop Jason Gordon, and that might be a good poll to do tomorrow, or a good story to do tomorrow. Take a social media break, not from
social media break, yeah.
Not from breakfast show. You all could do everything, take a break from everything else, but not from our show, right? Time to review our sick souls, so says Bishop Claude Berkeley. So a lot of advice coming from our clerics, and of course in sport, a lot happening in the T20 cricket. But as I said yesterday, the biggest news is that Australia is not in the competition. No longer in the competition.
Why are you so happy of that?
Oh, Australia is the most despicable cricketing nation on planet Earth.
Serious? What? We must get into that one day. So I am very interested, because I'm not like a cricket fan or a follower, or, like before. But I would really like to find out, what it is that, because a lot of people I'm seeing are very happy that they did not make it. So I was wondering what it is. I don't know.
Too much. They'll treat people and discriminate against people, and
it's a whole lot of things. All right, okay. You finished here with the
Yeah, I'm finished with the Express.
All right. So seeing that Richard is with us this morning, I'll do the Guardian. So in the Guardian, King of the Road, Encore earns Marshall his 12th road march, surpassing Kitchener's record. Then we go down again. Encore songwriter, producers proud of back-to-back road march wins. ESCTT, I think that's the Emancipation Support Committee, calls for independent probe of Helan's disruption. Lost Tribe Beaver Trick, a special win for a band leader, says it was great to showcase TNT's heritage. K2K secures medium band hat-trick. I think this must be about the third time they win a hat-trick.
Yeah. Yeah, and Lost Tribe always winning, because
they
produce actual costumes.
Yeah. and this is a band that has been in the medium band category for. It's the longest I've seen a band stay in the medium band category. But they are, if I win it, they are staying there.
I think that's deliberate.
Yeah. BLCA Fed ban leaves Taruba residents missing Carnival vibes. Not funny. That's not funny. Tuku quells road march rumors, vows post Carnival review. PM confirms attendance at CARICOM Summit in St. Kitts, and rousing end to Chaguanas Carnival. I wonder what went down there in Chaguanas, but
yeah, well,
stories in the newspapers on the net this morning. All right. So before we go any further, let us do our Did You Know segment, because you know what, sometimes when they talk gets sweet. Like yesterday, the whole Did You Know segment went out the door. But let's get into Did You Know, people.
Did you know that Ash Wednesday is not just a Trinidad and Tobago tradition? It is observed by millions of Christians around the world. Ash Wednesday marks the beginning of Lent in many Christian denominations, including Roman Catholic, Anglican, and some Protestant churches. Lent is a 40-day period of reflection, prayer, and fasting leading up to Easter. The practice of placing ashes on the forehead dates back more than 1,000 years. In the Bible, ashes were a symbol of repentance and humility. People would sit in ashes as a sign of sorrow. During Ash Wednesday services, priests typically place ashes, often made from burned palm branches from the previous year's Palm Sunday, on the forehead in the shape of a cross. As they do so, they may say, "Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return." Ash Wednesday is observed in Europe, North America, Latin America, parts of Africa, and the Caribbean. It is not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, though here it carries a unique cultural meaning because it follows Carnival. In Trinidad and Tobago, Ash Wednesday marks a visible shift from the celebration of Carnival Tuesday to a quieter, more reflective atmosphere the very next morning. So while we experience it in our own cultural way, Ash Wednesday is part of a global Christian tradition. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Ash Wednesday. Yeah. All right. So we are here with you on the breakfast show. And so that continues to be the main controversy, the after Carnival Bacchanal. It seems like it just doesn't stop. Go from one to the next.
Yeah. The police give themselves, and you know what? Now might be a good time to read it, because today's Express editorial really hit the head on the nail concerning the TTPS. Let me quickly read it for you. Carnival revelry at mercy of police. There exists an unwritten contract between the state and the masquerader. The state provides the security. The masquerader carries the ancestral spirit. The events of Carnival Monday night in San Fernando and Cuba represent an enraging breach of that contract. A moment when the police cast themselves in the role of colonial authority, preventing the population's use of public spaces and thus puncturing the heart of community carnivals. It is a shame comparable to the TTPS March 23, 2015 day of total policing. In both instances, the uniform was used to exert specific disruptive pressure on the civilian population. In 2015, the target was the economy and working people's commute. The 2026 target was the cultural soul and microeconomics of the South and Central regions. In both instances, the police demonstrated that they hold on-off switch to TNT's life and are willing to pull that switch arbitrarily without facing consequence. When they shut down the two regions' midnight mass, the police reminded the public that their joy is a privilege granted by the state, not a right. Much like the 2015 gridlock, the 2026 shutdown created a sense of powerlessness, forcing several thousand people to abandon their plans and happiness at the whim of a badge. At a time when the Culture Ministry is seeking to reinvigorate regional carnivals, this incident moved the carnival in the opposite direction. In the capital, such a shutdown would likely have triggered an immediate high-level intervention. In secondary cities, it was allowed to happen, leaving the San Fernando mayor in tears, the Cuba Carnival Committee chairman in frustration, and several communities outraged. At 10:55 p.m. on Monday, the TTPS shot itself in the foot by invalidating both its years-long community outreach efforts and a year of sacrifice for carnivalists. Band leaders in Cuba and traditional masqueraders on Harris Promenade regard the crossing of the stage as a sacred ritual that rewards their labor. To be blocked by a police bus feet away from the judging point was a profound cruelty that transformed cultural practitioners into public nuisances to be managed. The TTPS's explanation is a critical indictment of how the festival is being mismanaged. The logistical convenience of a shift change was prioritized over the scheduled, legal, and sanctioned cultural expressions of thousands. And while we often speak of Carnival in lofty artistic terms, the police action highlighted the raw economic vulnerability of Carnival's downstream actors. Vendors who were forced to give away their sauce and soup felt the heavy blow dealt to microeconomics. By shutting down the night mass early, the TTPS effectively pickpocketed the small entrepreneur. Straight from the 2015 playbook, 2026 Carnival Gold Commander DCP Suzette Martin claimed she did not order the stand down and that it was a misunderstanding of an internal directive. It is the same ghost in the machine excuse where the organization acts, but no one at the top is responsible, suggesting a fractured command structure where superintendents and inspectors can unilaterally decide to paralyze a city for a celebration. We will see if this misunderstanding is a turning point. Well, Express have it spot on this morning with that editor.
Yeah, they do. This has been going on for a long, long time. It seems that
long time.
If I don't know what it is about the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, then if the carnival has a particular time it's supposed to go up to, why it is they continue to shut down the carnival or in different places,
Well, I know that particularly happens on Carnival Tuesday, where Carnival Tuesday, Carnival finishes like every year. It seems earlier, 8, 9. Even though it did seem as if it drifted past 10 p.m. at least in Arima this time around. Arima seemed a little bit more festive this year. Because Carnival was brought back to the Dial area and stuff like that. But rather than when it was relegated to going around the Savannah, I think they brought it back into Central Arima. So it was a little bit more vibrant. There was more people attending and stuff. But at least that's my sense of it. But that usually happens on Carnival Tuesday. But our Carnival Monday, because the sense I get from Cuba and San Fernando is that they were having Monday night mass.
Yes, it was Monday night.
And so Monday night mass would start pretty late, like 8, 9, 10 in the night, and go on to the wee hours of Tuesday morning. So I think that's why they were so dramatically affected, because in a kind of way on Tuesday, you could expect a shutdown, 10 o'clock, something. Well, in Port of Spain, sometimes it's 8 and 9. But I think that's what's so unusual and why it was unexpected and unexplainable.
Listen, I've seen it. I mean, we've had evidence of this happening over the years, regardless of who at the helm of the TTPS and regardless of which government in power. A constable on a Carnival day is like a commissioner. If he said don't pass here, you can't pass there. If he said go so, you gotta go so. Every constable like a commissioner. And how many meetings we used to go to and talk about it, they did nothing about it. They have done nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is going to trigger the TTPS into realizing they are not in charge of the carnival. They are not in charge of the carnival.
Well, apparently, whoever they are working along with probably gives them that authority. I don't know if it's NCC.
No, NCC
tell them do that.
does that.
You know, because it is strange.
Well, they obviously did damage in Cuba and San Fernando in terms of community relations. And did they apologize? I think they kind of issued an apology in a kind of way, not so?
DCP Martin said it was a misunderstanding, how the intention was for the police to stand down at 10. But how could the police stand down at 10 if a carnival is going on?
Yeah.
If a competition is going on, why are they withdrawing police at that time? I don't understand that apology.
Yeah, if the carnival is too much for the police to handle by themselves, we have other areas of law enforcement. Bring them out to help all you.
Man, because you remember, first again, we did us be upset because the commissioner does withdraw or leave. Everybody who want to leave had to come out. So that is the first thing that has upset them. And anybody who wanted to go and leave and they withdraw it, that is the first thing that has upset them. The fact that they can't go to do the private band work and all this kind of thing, that has upset them. You understand? So they just take unilateral decisions to do what they do. I around police too long, you know. I know a lot.
Yeah, but if that is the case, put out the notice. Let people know that the Carnival Monday, the Monday night mass are shut down at 12 o'clock or whatever it is, so people know what's going on. So maybe they'll start to come out 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening, if that is the case, you know. But when people pay the money, are they coming out to have a
collaborative thing? But I mean, but Sir Charles, while I understand what you're saying, I think it should be a collaborative thing. I don't think the TTPS should dictate anything. It should be a collaborative thing, and to get together with cities that says, okay, our Monday night mass is going to go till 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, and we expect security to be there. We expect you to do your job.
Yeah.
But the police can't dictate, well, we are shutting it down at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every year,
it should be. What I'm saying is, it should be collaborative. It should be a conversation.
Yeah. Every year, the police come in for high praise, and deservedly so. Especially, I mean, my interaction has been with the city police. They do a fantastic job. But at the same time, you being praised, but you taking, as I say, a constable could take a decision to decide. You know what I mean? Times we used to have that problem with ban routes in the city. Because some constable who positioned by the corner, some corner decide you can't pass here, you are to go soon. And that's what happens, you know. That is what has happened over years, you know.
Anyhow, let's open the lines. Let's take your calls, people. All right, you can join us on the breakfast show. The lines are open to you. All right, 281-1315-299-5156. Give us a call. You can share in the conversation right now. Yeah.
Sure, Charles. Let me apologize. I didn't realize that video repeated itself. That would have been an oversight of my man, and I don't know why that would have happened actually.
Yeah, anyway. A lot of laps, you know. You're getting older, you know.
So yeah. No, I don't know why it would have repeated because usually I would check it and I didn't. Because usually when I package stuff, I would still replay it and watch it. But I didn't.
I know sometimes it happens like that.
We accept your apology. I am so sure we accept the police one.
and TTT.
And TTT. And Puku. For changing the rules this year. Imagine they change the rule this year.
Oh, and your whole right there, Wendell. Call like Miss Sampson, good morning.
Yes, good morning, and the ball.
Miss Sampson, you're inside early this morning, man.
Listen, you remember you was debating the Keelan mic cutoff? I sent a video for you where someone came and said they cut Keelan mic, and Mr. Phillips and the female host, Phillips said he hear it and he not saying anything. I sent the video, play it for them to see. That boy could sue. He should have come at least second or third, not 6. It was on Ian Allen last night. They did cut the mic.
Yeah.
Check the video.
No, but we saw it, Miss Sampson. I think I almost said, but thanks very much, Miss Sampson. Yeah. We saw it. Where the person was trying to tell the host that, hey, the mic, or something like that. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I'm hearing a repeat, a rarely late repeat on the program on the phone. Anyway, when if you recall, I called what happened in Cuba before Carnival. I called the station and I told you all what the police is going to do, what their pattern has been, and what they're going to do. You remember that?
Yes, but as I say, it's not new. They've been doing this for years.
Yes, right? But here's the problem with that. The problem is, in any police exercise, there are normally senior police on the ground. It's not just a bunch of constables on the ground that just hear something and run with it. There are supervisors on the ground. If Suzette Martin sent an instruction, and the police on the ground, the senior police on the ground, who are the supervisors on the ground, get that instruction, and they know Carnival is supposed to go to 12 o'clock. Nobody here asks a question. Nobody here say, please confirm this is what you're saying. If it's us, it's not. Everybody, like my mother used to use a phrase, like unthinking animals to battle. Just follow the instruction and shut down the people Carnival.
Yeah,
brainless individuals.
It happens like that. Imagine that.
This is my fear of the police, Brainless individuals. They just follow instruction. Nobody thinks. If the government comes out this morning and say red jersey is illegal to wear, the police like drones are going to be running around this town looking for people with red jersey and locking up everybody. Nobody thinks. Nobody says, I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah, or double check to make sure that is what is going on. At least double check.
At least double check.
Yeah.
I saw a video, I sent it to you, Sir Charles. I believe it might be an old video, maybe something that happened during the SOE, where police totally abused their rights, maybe because there was an SOE. Yes,
Lincoln, you didn't watch your own video or what? That was Juve. The people say they now come from Juve in the same video with the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the woman says they now come from Juve. That was no SOE.
Yeah.
Not just the other day.
Wow. And all they ain't sure that, right?
No, but that have plenty cussing in it there.
Oh my God, well, if that happened with Juve, then we have to be seriously concerned about the police.
Yes.
A police definitely violated someone's right, violated a woman, and assaulted a woman.
They beat the woman.
Yeah.
We have to be very concerned.
Yeah. Anyhow, thanks much, Lincoln. Thank you very much. Miss Mendoza, good day to you.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Anything that DCP Suzette Martin says, I don't believe at all. I think she comes over as an apologist, which for me, an apology from anybody doesn't make sense at all. I don't want no apology from nobody. It is, I don't want to say the lies, but it sounds so untruthful and make up story to please whatever institution she wants to do PR on. This, I don't know for the life of me, since this lady there, since during Ulla Christopher's time, and even before she detained Ulla Christopher, since before that, I observed her. And it's like, what is woman about, boy? So, you see me, I trust the police, but you see some of them, especially those who are hierarchy, like from the commissioner, I don't trust none of them. I just don't like what they say, that they just make people look like if they're fools. But you have to remember, not everybody foolish. You must make us look like fool, but we're not foolish. So the CP Martin, you have one excuse and next excuse and another excuse. I'm so happy that the Express raised that this morning. So they might come and say something else. Anyway, the news gonna start. So you all have a good morning. Thank you.
Take care. I'm seeing Rena Jennings is also saying that Prince Andrew has been arrested for misbehavior in public. Somebody earlier on had said it, and we didn't see it on. Well, of course, I'm watching Gael, but maybe I'll switch to international news at 7 to see if that story is accurate. But Richard, you would know a story about that, like that?
Well, Prince Andrew.
Yeah. It's being reported by a couple of people on the chat that he has been arrested. I don't know if it's in the UK. I guess it's in the UK. But I haven't seen the news. Anybody else? Please send the article to me so we could have a chat on it. But our poll is up, people. Our poll is up. We want plenty votes on it today. Or they fall asleep yesterday. Do you think Marshall Montano should retire now after breaking the road march record? I think he had hinted that he will, right?
Yeah, he said that he was going to focus on other aspects of the culture now, and promoting and making a way for young artists and other things like that.
Yeah. So do you think he will or should? Of course, Kitchener's son, Colonel Roberts, who was part of Marshall, helping Marshall to achieve some road marches over the years, said he shouldn't. He said he shouldn't retire because his father sang till he died. You know what I mean? So he said Marshall should do the same, compete till, So do you think he will? All right? That's our poll this morning, right?
Do you think he will is our poll this morning?
Do you think he will retire now after breaking the road march record?
So do you think Marshall Montano should retire?
Okay. So we're going with should, right? Because I put will/should fall to the side, but when you put it up as
it should be no, it should be should. So right. So people will have a definite opinion.
Okay, good. Well, I give you all the chance.
Should.
So take out will.
We'll fix it during the news.
Right. Do you think Marshall should retire now after breaking the road march record? Yes or no? That's our poll, right?
All right, beautiful. Stay with us, and we will be back after our 7 a.m. news.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is the news now for Thursday, the 19th of February, on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Trinidad and Tobago has been officially removed from the European Union's list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes. Following a decision by the European Union's Economic and Financial Affairs Council on February 17, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar described the delisting as a major step in restoring international confidence, saying the country has now met global standards for tax transparency and good governance. EU Ambassador Cecile Tassim praised the progress as impressive, while Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku said the move strengthens confidence in the nation's economic and regulatory framework. Key reforms included replacing the free trade zone regime with a compliant special economic zone system, and signing the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Convention on tax cooperation. Government says the decision signals that Trinidad and Tobago is compliant, competitive, and open for business. Marshall Montano has made history once again, capturing the 2026 Road March title with Encore and extending his record to an unprecedented 12 Road March victories, the most by any artiste in Trinidad and Tobago. The official results were announced this morning by Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization President Ainsley King, who confirmed that Encore was played 171 times at designated judging points. Second place went to Aaron St. Louis with Car Behave, recorded 127 times, while Bungie Garland placed third with Roadman, played 97 times. With this victory, Montano further cements his status as the most successful Road March champion in the competition's history. the Ministry of Culture and Community Development and the National Carnival Commission of Trinidad and Tobago are describing Carnival 2026 as a major success. In a post-Carnival release, officials praised strong public participation, large event turnouts, and vibrant cultural showcases under the theme Yugo Love Dis. Panorama and other flagship events were highlighted as key attractions, drawing both locals and visitors. Organizers say Carnival remains a powerful cultural and economic driver, with planning already underway for 2027. Port of Spain South MP Colm Imbert says the measures that led to Trinidad and Tobago's removal from the European Union's tax blacklist were completed before the April 2025 general election. Imbert stated that under the People's National Movement Administration, the country met all required EU criteria through legislation and enforcement reforms. He also pointed to Trinidad and Tobago securing a largely compliant rating and signing the OECD Multilateral Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters. Imbert maintains the groundwork for delisting was finished prior to the election. In crime news, police are investigating several serious incidents across Trinidad and Tobago. Officers are probing the death of 79-year-old Methodius Mathura, whose body was found at a senior care facility in D'Abity on Tuesday. Authorities say marks of violence were observed. Mathura had previously survived a brutal home invasion late last year and had been receiving medical care. Meanwhile, in Tobago, an 18-year-old man was stabbed during Carnival festivities in Roxborough after reportedly intervening in an altercation. He was taken to hospital for treatment, and social media personality Gabriel Harrigan has been remanded into custody after being denied bail on charges including kidnapping, rape, and grievous sexual assault. He is due back in court on March 20th. In international news, Cuba's foreign minister is in Moscow this week seeking support as the island grapples with widespread blackouts and severe fuel shortages linked to tightening U.S. oil sanctions. Bruno Rodriguez Parrilla held talks on Wednesday with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, and is set to meet President Vladimir Putin amid mounting energy pressure on Havana. During the discussions, Lavrov urged the United States to abandon any plans to blockade Cuba and called on Washington to act with common sense, while pledging continued support for Cuba's sovereignty and security. Cuba's energy crisis has deepened following U.S. threats of tariffs on oil suppliers, alongside the loss of oil shipments from key partners, leaving power plants struggling and blackouts widespread nationwide. Moscow says it values its long-standing ties with Cuba and intends to provide appropriate assistance during this difficult period, although details on fuel deliveries have not been specified. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
Tonight we go in and have some fun. I just feel it to party the way we used to when we was young. Just put on something sexy, so you'll be free to move around. Make sure the children okay. We ain't coming home until morning come. Tonight the black man feeling the party. Tonight the black man feeling the jam, 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 jam. Tonight the black man just feels the boogie woogie. Come on, hold on to your man. And then we do, and then we do, and then we do a little oh. We doorsteps, but that tonight we have no time. We gon' deal with that tomorrow. Tonight we going out and line. We gon' do a little soca. We gon' do a little grind. We gon' do a little back, and show them youngsters how to wine. Tonight the black man feeling the party. Tonight the black man feeling the jam, 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 jam. Tonight the black man just feels the boogie woogie. Come on, hold on to your man. And let we do, and let we do, and let we do a little oh. When we was courting, before we had this family. Anyway, Joey playing, two people sure to be there was we. But since we start having children, to make them strong we give dance up. So tonight, my darling, we turning back the hands of the clock. Tonight the black man feeling the party. Tonight the black man feeling the jam, 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 jam. Tonight the black man just feels the boogie woogie. Come on, hold on to your man. And let we do, and let we do, and let we do a little oh.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
So we welcome you inside the second hour of the breakfast show right here on your NETT Radio and of course on Gael Caribbean TV, and of course good morning to the Anthem crew, those of you that came in just before the anthem inside of the first hour, and of course those who are coming in between the spaces. Well, now we'll go the rest of the way, and we welcome you, right? Thank you very much for making us your choice. Shows that you got really great taste in what you choose to view and listen to. Of course, the Gael family, thank you very much for being with us. And remember, people, when we come off of the Gael feed at around 8:30, somewhere around there, you can listen to us all day at www.newerattradio.com. New Era TT Radio on TuneIn. That way you'll be able to get us on your Alexa and Google devices. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support when you go to our social media pages on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Follow us, like, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that support button or support donate button, where you will be able to support the channel, your assistance, okay? So the poll is up here. You're voting yes or you're voting no. Come on, people, start to vote. Get some more votes on the inside here. We want to go past 100 people this morning. Do you think that now the Marshall Montano has broken the road march record, a historic 12th title? Do you think that he should retire now? What are your thoughts? Yes or no? And when we come back, we'll tell you how you voted. So stay with us.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026 Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this one.
Scandal in Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newera@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Okay, people, so we are back inside of the second hour of the breakfast show on NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio, and Gaia Caribbean TV with your host, Wendell Stephen, with no S, Richard Raghuvaru Singh, and yes, Police Charles. Yeah.
All right, we are back from our 7 o'clock news, of course, and our poll is still continuing, people. Do you think Marshall Montano should retire now after breaking the road match record? Of course, he would have been the one to hint that he will, because I don't know anybody going to be breaking that record for a long, long time. Maybe when we are gone way into the hereafter, as Richard hopes that he live forever. Richard might be about 300 years old by then. Maybe that record will be broken, but I don't see it happening for a very, very long time, you know? Because we just don't have anybody else with the consistency, unless somebody from next year jump from truck to truck to truck to truck to truck. It could work.
Well, you have a big song first, eh?
No Sir Charles, you not have a big song. All you have to do is go on the truck and start to sing. They have no choice.
You have to be an influential artist in that regard, or to be able to do that kind of thing. You know?
So what you're saying? Well, Voice don't have a...
Voice is an influential artist now, you know.
Who else have some road matches and still performing? Fayan, right?
Yeah.
And Bungie.
And Sherwin.
And well, Sherwin and singing ready again, right? Is he? He's still competing? I don't think
Yes, he had music this year too.
All right. So Sherwin. Let's say from next year they just go and jump from truck. Now that the rule Tuco the King has removed that rule this year, right? That you can now go and jump from truck to truck to truck. Why they can't do that? You understand what I'm saying? Because if Bungie go from a truck to, Bungie might very well have denied voice a road match this year by entering the race last minute.
Should road match, therefore, Wendell and Sir Charles move away from judging points and be that you have independent judges across the country randomly going in whatever bands that are on the road and just hearing what they're playing and loving it. Yeah. Rather than you knowing how to manipulate the system, which is what you seem to be suggesting, by going truck to truck to truck. Mm-hmm. So that road match really becomes road match rather than a stage match.
I agree. My simple answer to that is yes. You understand?
Because Deborah was suggesting that last night in rehearsal, that she has always felt that road match should not be for judging points. It should be for judges on the road. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And let me tell you something. As a human being, I don't know if you all know, right? This is not a system where it's, how I should put it, digital. It's a human being sitting down at a judging point and taking off which tune play when their person crossing the stage, you know that, right? So that could easily be messed up too, because it is a physical person sitting there and their sole purpose for that entire day is to judge road match. They have no other purpose there but to say which tune play during the course of that day, right? That could so easily be manipulated. It ain't funny. You understand? And then they become all these road match judges, because there's a road match judge at downtown, there's a road match judge in the Savannah, there's a road match judge at San Fernando. Anywhere NCC has a competition, not all competitions have judge road match to it. To let you all know that, right? Only where NCC has a competition and they put a judge there, they put a judge specific for road match. That's how it works.
Well, you know what all they're going to do if we take it that way? We're going to get 3 and 4 songs play whole day on the road.
But that's what we've seen that already too.
No, well, after they come off stage, the music changes and stuff, and the masqueraders cool down and that sort of thing.
That's why Richard said it should be randomly done. You won't know when it's being done.
Yeah, and then that go post up who doing it and all kind of conspiracy theory going and come up. It's the government. It's this one.
Well, yeah. The government will naturally get blamed after.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The government and like this artists and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. But there's no easy fix to it. But again, as I say, it's not that Marshall does not deserve a road match. You know what I mean? I mean, he would have done collaborations also too. A couple of his road matches were actually collaborations.
So the man deserved the accolades. He worked hard for that.
Yeah, he has worked hard.
Very, very hard.
He has worked hard for it. You know, but comparing him to Kitchener, that can't be fair to Kitchener, because Kitchener never collaborated with anybody, and he wrote most of his tunes himself.
When? Anyhow, let's do the poll, and we'll get back to that discussion, because that's a very interesting and broad discussion we can go into.
Yeah, Suzanne Jessup says no. Suzette Jessup says yes. The twins disagreeing this morning.
They ain't really question for them.
Oh, do you think Marshall Montano should retire now after breaking the road match record? All right, that's the question, right, people? So you have 1 yes, 1 no. Diane Payne, yes. Lester Cradwell, no. Avion Abraham, no. Deborah Noel Serret, no. Lester Cradwell, yeah. Lester Cradwell, wait a minute. So you vote no and then you vote yes. All right.
But you can't vote twice.
Yeah, so, well, I guess then my answer is yes. So he changed his vote apparently.
All right.
Slick, so take off a no and put on a yes. Right. Slick Money Grip, yes. Annalie Johnson, yes. Howard Hernandez, no. Wayne Joseph, no. Apollonius, no. Margaret Thomas, yes. Carla Hercules, no. Claire Lendor Rollins, no. Kim Govaya, no. David McCarthy, yes. Eunice Dublin, no. Margarita Chow, yes. Sankofa didn't vote. Bridget didn't vote. Rena didn't vote. Rena, we got the article. Thanks. It is confirmed Prince Andrew was arrested. I don't know what is the connection for misbehavior in public office. I thought he had no public office anymore. Empress Reyes, no. Alistair Hart, yes. Yes, Ambrose Bar. I got the link. Diana Hamill, no. Alistair Hart, no. Elsalita Sampson, yes. Gas 16, where you vote there? You didn't vote. Charmaine didn't vote. Sankofa still didn't vote. Empress Reyes still didn't vote. Scorpion,
the chatted.
Beauty Culture, yes. Robert Taylor, no. Sankofa still didn't vote. Fran Romani, yes. Jason Samuel, yes, I see that. I saw that. Thanks for that information. West Indies will play Zimbabwe on Monday at 9:30. Nicola McNichols, no. Finbar Collins says yes. Apollonius, it should be said it's up to him. Okay, he said it's up to him.
Of course it's up to him.
Yeah,
but we want to know what you think.
Yeah, we want to know what you think. The industry needs to breed. Scorpion Pepper Andrews, yeah, we got confirmation. Boy Bidesi, yes, he has nothing to prove again. That could be a good reason why, boy. I agree with that. All right. Nobody. All right. Gillian Dick, yes. Colton Finch, yes. Iowa George did what? Gemma Peters Halls, no. When did you change the question, Rumble? No, we had will/should. I had put that as will/should, but it's really should. I'd left it up to Sir Charles and Richard to decide which one. All right. Ava Smith, yes. Empress Reyes, no honeys. I guess that's the vote. And Kenwin Henry, yes.
Empress is what?
Empress is no, I guess. I think she just greeting us nicely. Karen Guevara also votes yes. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Oh. This poll real close. It real close. So let me tell you what's going on the WhatsApp. We have all right. So we have Vincent saying no, Junior saying no, Brenda saying no, Kazim, you didn't vote here, Rena didn't vote here, Peter says yes, Afria says no, and Pauline says yes, and that is it. What I have, I see somebody typing. I know if it'll come in kind of quick. Any others on your side, Wendell? I
have Marlene Saunders Sobers saying no. I'm interpreting NON as no. Oh, Sankofa finally votes. Oh, hallelujah. He says no.
All right, so 44 people on the chat. We were 21 just now, and with the 2 votes that came in, pushed it to 23 on the no's and 21 on the yes. They were before those last 2 votes went out, they were 50-50.
All right. So Rena Boodoo Jennings saying she also voted yes. I don't know if maybe I missed it up our head.
I think we got it. I think I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's it. I don't believe that he should retire. For things like that and music and stuff. I think according to Patrice, if you're old and gray and you're able to make good music, go ahead.
Make good music, Sir Charles, and let the music prove itself for you. I don't subscribe to that jumping from truck to truck. I didn't like it
No,
then.
I don't agree with that. That should be outlawed.
Yeah, that how you could change our law this year and only one. Well, it appears. Let me see. It appears that only one artist knew to do that, because Voice could have been jumping from truck to truck. I'm sure if Voice end up in a band and go on a truck, they would play his music. Bungie could have do it. You understand? How you could have an artist jumping for and find that is acceptable, and that law only changed this year. NZ King. Oh. Every time I think about these people now, I get more and more upset. Yes, and I don't know why. It's Lent. I have to learn to forgive.
Well, guess what? With the exception of Lord Kitchener at 11 and Mighty Sparrow, who was at 8. Super Blue has 10. He's the closest one that we see on the horizon. If he continues to party in it, when he reaches old and gray, he might be able to get back to Rich Marshall up the road up there. But guess who was the closest one after that now?
After that?
After that, the only people that coming up who have like 2 or wins, or everybody is like 1, 1, 1. It's Bungie Garner with 2 and Sherwin Winchester with 2.
Bungie Garner only had 2, right?
Yeah.
Again, let the music, let your tune speak for itself. People like your tune, they will play it. You understand? But I've seen the manipulation too many times. I've seen where DJs playing all kind of tune on the road and others hit the stage because, again, I would only have had this benefit from downtown. As they hit the stage, that tune play. Every truck that passes, and when Tribe cross a stage, with the triumvirate of how many bands, the conglomerate of how many bands, and if every truck they pass cross the stage with a particular tune, how you gonna be that person? You can't be that person. Tribe alone, the conglomerate of Tribe alone could probably control our own.
Yeah, and especially when such and let's not diminish it. He is a phenomenal soca artist. He is as big as it gets where soca is concerned right now. So obviously, just like brands want to associate with big and popular stuff, and thing, the bands want to do the same thing. Tribe and other big bands like that would love to have him in their band and being endorsed by him and having him. That is applause for them. So they don't mind that sort of thing, but we have to find a way to if you're really interested in breaking that kind of thing, and only rules could do that.
Yeah.
Only rules could do that.
Well,
if they take away the rules, well then they leave it open for all kind of things to continue to happen. There's no structure without rules,
Sir Charles and Richard, because of a change of rule this year, that may have determined the road march, because they allowed people to truck jump and perform at venue at the different judging points. That may have decided the road march, We probably will never know, but it's possible that may have decided the road march. Because look, Bungie wasn't doing the road march. Bungie decided Carnival Friday he entered the road march reach. Look where he reached. He is 97 place he get without truck jumping,
Yeah.
And at the last minute, you understand what I'm saying?
So if and that is the next thing too. A lot of the trucks played. From what I saw, like the Soca Drum and the Savannah and stuff and things, a lot of the trucks try to play all 3 of them, Some of them,
But you remember, it's the first tune they play on the stage,
So much so that I saw down at the Soca Drum in Lost Tribe a ridiculous piece of thing that happened with that music. They started off with Marshall when they hit the stage, then they went on to Bungie, and then they ended up with Voice Song where that particular truck was coming off the stage. And because they started off with the 2 faster songs, they had Voice Song in like a chipmunk. if you know how fast they had Voice Song playing, because
the Soca Drum one where they would judge road march, though? Is that an official judging?
No.
But I saw it also in the Savannah also, the trucks were also doing that same kind of some people were trying to give everybody a play. Some people were definitely on their particular artists,
Richard, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question because I don't know that NCC would have judges down at Socadrome. You know what I mean? They've not had before, so I don't know if that changed. But as far as I'm aware, Socadrome is not part of the road march judging or any type of judging, because that was the whole purpose of creating Socadrome, so that people would just be free to play them ass, and not be judged,
Yeah, right. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. But I suppose we could open up the lines at this point, unless you want Sir Charles for you to take the show for the rest of the day. I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm just asking questions.
It's the only time I get to talk. I don't get to talk after this. I stay very quiet after I'm finished with the order.
Oh, I see people shut you up or something.
Well, when you're wrong, certain people, you have no choice but to shut up.
All right, people. So the lines are open to you. 281-1315-299-5156. Good morning to you, caller.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Mr. Martin.
Say in the Yoruba language, Ori to Marshall Montano and all the winners. Well done. He did it like a boss. Well done, Marshall. And all who find he shouldn't get it, he did it. He broke Kitchener's record. He will go down in history.
For a long time.
12 road marches.
For a long, long time.
Yes. So I watching on Facebook and some of the and this and he running. If Tuco don't have that as a rule, where's the big white people beating up themselves? Crazy did it years ago. Iowa George did it years ago. And
Miss Diego Martin, I don't know if you will listen to the show earlier on. It was only removed as a rule. I said I don't. You may not have been listening to the show earlier on, but it was only removed as a rule this year.
What you said? It is a rule this year?
No, it was only removed as a rule this year.
Oh, it was removed.
Yeah.
Because I know Crazy and Iowa did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I congratulate him. Marshall has done his work from 1984 with that letter at the Sipari RC school when he won his first title, and then he kept going. So, Marshall, you continue doing what you're doing. You were blessed with a talent, and you are using it. And who, as I always say, people who want to criticize somebody's performance, especially in the art form, all you have to do is try and better them. That's all. And I must also congratulate Marshall. He also makes, I'm hearing on the radio now, he has a Marshall Foundation. Last year when Marshall won, Marshall donated money to Queen's Royal College and he never even went there. He donated some of his winnings to QRC with the renovation of the school. Well, I know he went Presentation College. I believe he might have given them, I don't know. But he gave QRC, so he contributes. He don't only keep all for himself. We say, no, and he greedy, and he this, and he find he have enough money. Really? I mean, Bungie say he wasn't competing. Bungie jumped back in the thing. That's his choice. He free to change his mind. Sparrow did it years ago. And if Marshall said this last year, he ain't competing after he made history. And next year he feels to jump in. He's
free to do that. He's free to do that. Yeah.
So, Marshall, all the best, continued blessings, and let the haters eat their heart out. My father always used to say, nobody is jealous of you when you're catching your tail, only when you're successful. Have a blessed day.
Thanks very much, Mr. Diego Martin. Yeah.
Just to respond to Chris to say, are all of the songs that are played counted? No, it's the first song you play in front of the judge. That's the one that is counted. So I know, I know that I think they need to, how I should put it, inform people that some more. You know why? Because I think some DJs feel if whilst they're crossing the stage, they change tunes and so on, they're giving everybody else a chance. No. It's the first song you play across the stage, that's the one that's counted.
Yeah. I don't think it's something. I don't know what I was about to say earlier when went out. Everybody's trying to give everybody a play, but they don't realize. And I don't think most persons realize that it is only the first song that you play.
Yeah. I don't think they know.
Yeah. Dabadi, good morning.
Yes, good morning again. So I congratulate Marshall, yes, but he didn't have to do that because he's a superstar. He didn't have to.
No, he wanted to win him.
He might still, but I still want it. But that probably could take away some of the joy from some people because of what he did. But here it is now. Didn't a band protested because they didn't want a certain song that was going on up on the stage? They were playing up on the stage. I think I heard Yuma or something like that.
That happens too, masqueraders protest. I remember there was a year that they protested against some song that the band leader instructed the masqueraders did not want it.
Right, but I find that the masqueraders supposed to want the song because I heard a guy on the radio yesterday. He didn't call the name of the band he played in. He said it was the same song for most of the day, and he ended up leaving and going home. One song he said he better. He left. So why is on Carnival Day, I mean, I'm not a masquerader. Why on Carnival Day you listen to one song all day in the air bell? One song? I thought it was a variety, and then you'll go up on the stage and choose the song. So that's why I don't like this Carnival thing. It's too much bacchanal. And I love music, I love soca, I love music. I will never be jumping to one song. You're going to a party, for instance, you're going to a Back in Times, and you love Stalin, anyway, you love Stalin. So you're going to play Stalin whole night? Oh my gosh, nah. I fed up on everything. Every year is the same.
That's when you was run from Bacchanal.
I don't think she will. Because if he doesn't go, if he goes, I mean, I think, he kind of water down a little bit. Because Marshall has really made the standard higher. He raises the standard for other artists to follow. So I think he should stay on. But he still has some youth in him.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Again, I agree with the people who are saying jumping from truck to truck to me is wrong. It takes away from your victory. You understand? It takes it away because you're good on your own. You don't need to do that.
What was the result of the poll? If you could repeat it to me.
It was close.
23 saying no, Richard, and 21 saying yes.
Oh, okay.
And just before we got the last two votes, when we came in to announce it, it was actually 21-21.
Oh, so people kind of pretty much evenly split.
Yeah, so how they saw it.
My personal opinion is that I find anybody should retire. If you, that's a personal choice. At which point you decide, you know what, I've had enough, or I think I've done all that I need to do, and that's a personal thing. For some people, they may never reach that point because they love what they do.
No, I don't think you should retire either. Richard, I remember one time you had stepped out from acting in the plays, and I said, but Richard is mad. And as soon as you came back in, your plays, and you came back in and you started to hear the stories of my life, your life just changed. You just started to make money.
I think that's what's going on with you. You wanted your life outside there. you have to be thanking Richard for putting your life.
You would call me after the show and say, Wendell, is everything all right? What I'm here for you. And I would pour my heart out. And next thing you know, it's a play.
But we're looking forward to see Russ. So we see which part of your life coming out now. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Grant.
Oh, God, boy. Or you kill me, boy.
Nah, we ain't going to kill nobody, man. Mr. Grant, you enjoy the carnival?
See me? I enjoy this carnival at all. I straight up. It's too much of nastiness went on in this country with this carnival. All right. But with Marshall Montano, I was downtown. I say down there and I watch it. Marshall Montano come with a Max taxi. I was in the stands. And I said, nobody, I said, Marshall, I see going up on the truck. The DJ was playing voice tune. And I tell the lady, see, Marshall, he goes in there and sing. They couldn't stop the voice tune and sing. You understand?
Yeah.
And he continued moving from truck to truck. And I called my daughter and tell her, because he was behind bad, all the time he was behind bad. And I remember Chris did that. It's true. But if you tell me you have a law, how the hell in January you could change the law for February Carnival? You see, in leaking and the fellas, them fellas supposed to get burned, boy. The nasty. I don't have nothing against him.
You have to contextualize what you mean by bun, right?
But no,
literally.
I know my bun.
Yeah.
I know I talk about that young
fire bun them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see Kitchener, Marshall win a million road match. He could never take away Kitchener glory. Here why? Kitchener composed and sang all the tune. He collaborates with nobody. Marshall collaborated with one set of different people to win road match and take the glory with Skinny Fabalas with Patrick.
When is when, Vampire?
No, it's a winner. It come like I in school. Children come and jam up to cut my tail. They are gang up.
Yeah, but if one man come,
I beat all of them.
If one man come, I beat them. But when they could have beat me, three of them come. You understand? Okay.
Kitchener glory is Kitchener glory. He can win all he wants. He can get back what he wants. But you see a conscience that is still all you.
Yes. The conscience.
There is issue.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Mr. Grant. I mean, at the end of the day, when you win, you want to know that you know the win is a solid win. You feel good about the win. It's not just for the team outside there and you're just putting out. You want to know when you lie down in your bed, you're feeling comfortable with the win that you have. You know?
I don't know that Marshall will lose any sleep over what has happened. And as I say, Kitchener's son himself, Colonel Roberts, would have written 4 Marshall winnings. 4 of the times Marshall won. Let me tell you all. In 2006 and 2007, Marshall performed in 2006 Band of the Year. Of course, that was with Patrice Roberts. Colonel Roberts wrote that. And in 2007, he sang Jumbie. Colonel Roberts wrote that. And in 2011 and 2012, when Marshall won, Colonel Roberts also wrote those songs. That was Advantage and Pump Your Flag. I think Pump Your Flag was probably the worst road match I ever hear. But guess what? Lord, they played over and over and over and over. I don't know how that been road match yet. That Pump Your Flag. That was the most of the choppiness I ever hear. But
no, what I mean, as I said, to give Marshall his credit, he's worked hard and he now has the record.
Yeah.
But all the Trinidadians and Tobagonians, do not put Lord Kitchener name in all your mouth to bad talk Lord Kitchener. He's from Arima, so step very, very lightly, and his record is unblemished. I think there is no Calypsonian, in my opinion, that captures the ethos of being a Trinidadian and Tobagonian than Kitchener.
You're absolutely right.
I don't think we'll get any argument there, Richard.
There's a square named after him in St. James with a statue, and also the arch in Arima is also Lord Kitchener's arch too, right? Not so, Richard?
I don't know what that arch is about, sorry.
All right, guys, hold 1 minute. Yeah, caller, good morning. Virginia, good morning.
Yeah, morning, gentlemen. Now for Virginia, front and center. Hey, Wendell, you said it best, and Miss Davide also made a good point. It seems as though only Marshall got the memo that the rules have changed. And in addition, Miss Davide had it right. Let the masqueraders decide that. But come to think of it, as the masqueraders are concerned, they just want to drink the grog and enjoy themselves. But I think I am not hating on Marshall or anything. Okay, all well and good, but it reminds me of, remember a guy called Lance Armstrong, considered the greatest cyclist in the world, and then look how what it exposed. So everything that he has accomplished before, it's a great debate whether it was done, honestly or not. Being called the greatest competitive cyclist in the world. So what if every artist had turned up now to jump on a truck? How Tuco would have sorted that out? See, man, it's not right. But hey, He won, and look, Carnival is over, and we move on to the next distraction, right, fellas? We do that, and all right, guys.
All right, so go. Take care.
Wendell,
yes.
Imagine voice on a truck, and Marshall come on the truck same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What going on there?
Well, voice indicated apparently in effect he is not going jumping from truck to truck because
no, he said that.
Like it was a talk that this is
but
what
somebody
was
get a wind of it. Yeah, somebody get a wind of what was going to be taken.
Yeah. Well, all that would have happened, Sir Charles, it would have been a collab. And there's a woman and 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 a woman. Encore! Encore! And a woman and a woman and a woman.
Get that performance.
You can't behave yourself. Get that performance.
So, both all the tunes played, they were good and worthy of a road march, all of them,
Yes, that is it.
You know?
It really was. Yeah.
You know what? I forgot to ask you, Sir Charles, because I've been in and out, because today is one of those days, and tomorrow is going to be kind of one of those days too. Tell me something. Did you play Elon's Calypso in its entirety?
No, I did not. But I can play it for you after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
We wanted before everybody sign off, Sir Charles.
But no, but so
early morning I put it in the chat.
What's that?
Since early morning I put it in the chat.
No, I didn't. Well, I did not check the chat early morning to see what you had written, because sometimes you put so much thing in the chat. Anyhow.
You're finding kind of hedging when then.
No, I'm not hedging. But let me make it sound like if I have something against the song. People, here we are.
Wait. So, Charles, do you have something against this song?
You're right. So, people, after 8 o'clock, all of you all, do not leave the chat. Do not leave the live. After 8 o'clock, the news will be coming back with Helen's song in its entirety, the whole 8 minutes of it, right? Hold on.
Charles need a cousin. Charles need a cousin. Charles need a cousin.
Hello, good morning, Raymond.
Hi, morning, Richard.
Good morning, Raymond.
Richard, could you tell me in the road march, when Marshall collaborates with another singer like Patrice or whoever it is, do they get credit as being the road march winner, or is just Marshall alone gets the credit?
No, they both get credit.
They both get the credit.
Yeah, everybody get the credit.
It's like what happened with Bungie and Fayan. They both get the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then now, if both of them get the credit, would it be that Marshall is the road march winner, or the other person would they get as they say, well, they have won the road march 10 times, 11 times, or 12 times?
No, well, they would if they only collaborated with him, for example, like the situation with him, Bungie, and Skinny Fabulous, a couple of years ago, they will all get that credit to the name, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't get it 10, they will get that one.
Well, no, just a correction there, Sir Charles. Skinny Fabulous can't get any credit because he's not a national.
Right.
And it's a bit unfair to fiction because and also people who and these guys who did it on their own. As again, the collaboration. The collaboration shouldn't be counted. It should only be when Marshall does it on his own.
And what do you do with the collaboration at that point in time then? Where does it, is that just expelled? Where do you put it?
You don't come to collaboration because it is not Marshall alone.
Yeah, but I think they went past that and they are counting it, because I remember there was a big hullabaloo about it, but yes, it has been.
And during the course of your things, Charles, I would like also to hear you will continue playing African for Sale, as well as this guy, Devontae's tune, not only as Milan. Play all these tunes throughout the season and things so that people will hear. Don't just let it die by the wayside.
Yeah, well, what you need to do, caller, is don't just tune in for the breakfast show. Listen to the station all throughout the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, then.
Okay. Yeah, so
Nice to add there, Sir Charles.
Yeah.
And Marie Charles, are you in Trinidad? Is that what you're saying? Morning, Wendell, blessing. Are you in Trinidad? Welcome home if you're here.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, my voice is my left.
Is this Robert Allen?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got our voice fixed yet? By the way, what are we doing tomorrow? Are you forget tomorrow's prize giving?
Go ahead, Robert. Make your point.
I just come to make a little contribution. I was saying a number of years ago, the way this road march thing going, I do believe they should change the name from road march to stage march, because if certain songs is playing all the time on the road, and then you have certain people come in and stop the song to play on the stage because they know that it's being judged. They should put a new criteria where the song that is played most on the road, inclusive of the stage, become the champion and not just only the stage. There's just a suggestion I have. You know, I don't know how much it will make sense to people, but it should change from road march to stage match, because I find nonsense going on for a number of years now, as compared to when Kitchen and them back in the days used to be singing. You know what I mean? So I believe they should change from the name of the road march to stage match. So then you'll be only concentrating on the stage and not just what has been played on the road. Mm-hmm. Then you want to put something in place for the people to have judges along the road, right? Listen and count the songs as they play wherever they go, wherever part of the competition they have. So, by suggestion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. Thanks very much, Robert. That particular, the way the road march is being judged, as far as I know, it has been judged that way since 1938. It has not changed. It has always been that kind of stage situation. The judging points, what was always played, that is what we have been dealing with for a long time.
Yeah, some things you have to trust the integrity of it, and that's one. Road march, you have to trust the integrity of a physical person sitting there counting these things, because they can't be distracted. They need to be there every time a band crosses the stage, because it's not just the big bands, it's all bands, even steel bands. What the steel band played to his judge, it's whatever.
All that.
So they have to be paying attention right throughout the day. You understand?
Yeah, but remember, now, I mean, it's not just one judge you will have at a particular point doing it. I'm sure they will have like maybe 2 or 3 judges.
What, for road march?
Yeah, with one person and judges.
Downtown was one person.
Wow.
Downtown, the judges, the categories, there were categories. There was best individual. There was best how I should put it, cultural expression. They have different categories, and a judge is assigned to judge just that.
Okay.
That's how it was. That's how, as I say, I could only speak for Downtown. So every time a band crosses the stage, you would pick the reason why you are sitting there and judge that.
Yeah, but it should never be one person. I don't yeah.
Downtown was one group sat there for the entire day. I always admire them because.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand if it as a group, so because one person might have to take a bathroom break, go for lunch, get tired, But
I think eventually it will get automated, because a computer or an AI counting it has no bias.
Yeah, and could do it now. It's available now.
I am sure they can.
Yeah. Caller, good morning to you.
And if you're doing it on the streets, you could put, sorry, just to interrupt, if you're doing it on the streets rather than on the stage, it means you could position these smart speakers along various routes across the country, and it automatically tabulates what song.
Tabulates, yeah. When you pass me this play.
You see why you're important to this show sometimes?
So then you have no confusion.
Yeah, and that technology is available. Yeah.
You see why he's important in the show sometimes, Sir Charles?
Yeah. Wendell, hold on 1 minute. Caller, go ahead.
Good morning, Wendell, Richard, and Sir Charles.
Morning.
I want to just give my little piece. I play mass about 3 times already, and I find I agree with Mr. Roberts who just called. And you know what I didn't like? When I play my mass on the road, certain calypsos the masqueraders like, and they can't, and they're enjoying it. And as they reach at the beginning of the stage, they change the song, and that used to just spoil my carnival mood. So I find the masqueraders should have some say in when they reach on the stage what to play.
What they want to play.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Give the masqueraders a say. But of course, these band leaders, these band leaders, we going with that.
So guys, just a quick thing, right? We need to crystallize this, because Fran, who is one of the winners of the prizes, said she interpreted prize given as the Friday the 27th. Is that Friday we doing it?
Right. So let me we may very well have to do it that way for one particular reason, because the gift certificates from a couple of these sponsors are not ready as yet.
So Friday the 27th.
Yeah,
we do,
because
right?
if I am actually waiting on the people from the Hyatt right now, because you know they print it up and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And because of the carnival and now getting back to work and stuff, I have to call the person today to see if it will be ready, but she couldn't give me that guarantee. So we may definitely have to push the.
No, but let's do it here now. Friday the 27th, right?
Yeah.
Barring any other incident, because we have every other prize already. We have all the other prizes.
Yeah, all the other things are there.
Right, but it's just the gift certificates.
Yes, the gift certificates that we are working on.
Right, and that's important for people there, because that way people want to go higher.
I had brunches and stuff already. Well attended. Huh?
Yeah, it is. It is a big thing, you know, Wendell.
I went once. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know, but people carry people their birthdays and anniversaries. I think they just carry them to Hyatt. They just have a good breakfast.
Yeah, it's one of the best kept secrets, actually.
Yeah, and it's really affordable too.
Yeah, it is very affordable.
You went
know what
to
is also?
Yeah, I've been.
How come I never went? Nobody can carry me.
You can go by yourself and you walk away from nobody.
I went because of you. I do something for Richard, and that was my gift of certificate to Hyatt.
All right, okay. Anyhow, people, don't go anywhere. We are going for the 8 o'clock news. When we come back, we have Helen Francis' song in its entirety. Think for it to look forward. All right.
You want the video, Sir Charles, or you're just going to play the song?
You can send the video. Hold on. If you want me to put the video, I can get the video for you.
You must show the man. You can't just play it.
We're coming back, people. All right, or let's stay right here.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is the news now for Thursday, the 19th of February, on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Guile Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Trinidad and Tobago has been officially removed from the European Union's list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes, following a decision by the European Union's Economic and Financial Affairs Council on February 17. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisasan described the delisting as a major step in restoring international confidence, saying the country has now met global standards for tax transparency and good governance. EU Ambassador Cecile Tassim praised the progress as impressive, while Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku said the move strengthens confidence in the nation's economic and regulatory framework. Key reforms included replacing the free trade zone regime with a compliant special economic zone system, and signing the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Convention on tax cooperation. Government says the decision signals that Trinidad and Tobago is compliant, competitive, and open for business. Machel Montano has made history once again, capturing the 2026 Road March title with Encore and extending his record to an unprecedented 12 Road March victories, the most by any artiste in Trinidad and Tobago. The official results were announced this morning by Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization President Ainsley King, who confirmed that Encore was played 171 times at designated judging points. Second place went to Aaron St. Louis with Car Behave, recorded 127 times, while Bungie Garland placed third with Roadman, played 97 times. With this victory, Montano further cements his status as the most successful Road March champion in the competition's history. The Ministry of Culture and Community Development and the National Carnival Commission of Trinidad and Tobago are describing Carnival 2026 as a major success. In a post-Carnival release, officials praised strong public participation, large event turnouts, and vibrant cultural showcases under the theme Yugo Love Dis. Panorama and other flagship events were highlighted as key attractions, drawing both locals and visitors. Organizers say Carnival remains a powerful cultural and economic driver, with planning already underway for 2027. Port of Spain South MP Colm Imbert says the measures that led to Trinidad and Tobago's removal from the European Union's tax blacklist were completed before the April 2025 general election. Imbert stated that under the People's National Movement Administration, the country met all required EU criteria through legislation and enforcement reforms. He also pointed to Trinidad and Tobago securing a largely compliant rating and signing the OECD Multilateral Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters. Imbert maintains the groundwork for delisting was finished prior to the election. In crime news, police are investigating several serious incidents across Trinidad and Tobago. Officers are probing the death of 79-year-old Methodius Mathura, whose body was found at a senior care facility in Daabity on Tuesday. Authorities say marks of violence were observed. Mathura had previously survived a brutal home invasion late last year and had been receiving medical care. Meanwhile, in Tobago, an 18-year-old man was stabbed during Carnival festivities in Roxborough after reportedly intervening in an altercation. He was taken to hospital for treatment, and social media personality Gabriel Harrigan has been remanded into custody after being denied bail on charges including kidnapping, rape, and grievous sexual assault. He is due back in court on March 20th. In international news, Cuba's foreign minister is in Moscow this week seeking support as the island grapples with widespread blackouts and severe fuel shortages linked to tightening U.S. oil sanctions. Bruno Rodriguez Parrilla held talks on Wednesday with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, and is set to meet President Vladimir Putin amid mounting energy pressure on Havana. During the discussions, Lavrov urged the United States to abandon any plans to blockade Cuba and called on Washington to act with common sense, while pledging continued support for Cuba's sovereignty and security. Cuba's energy crisis has deepened following U.S. threats of tariffs on oil suppliers, alongside the loss of oil shipments from key partners, leaving power plants struggling and blackouts widespread nationwide. Moscow says it values its long-standing ties with Cuba and intends to provide appropriate assistance during this difficult period, although details on fuel deliveries have not been specified. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this one.
In Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or NETT Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
I started to run when I scope out my country. I walk by a gun, ole, 'cause that is what they promise we. A lot's going on in this sun, so I come here to bring wisdom, so we don't burn down. We lovely society. See, a new government has the assignment to put the country into alignment. But every time they read us with their ego, it's the vulnerable who feeling that blow. Lord, is it ignorance or is it arrogance? I don't know what to call it in this instance. Look at paradise right in front we eyes, but we still want to talk about who we despise. Tell me where else can we go? If we start to mash up the good things we know. Tell me where else can we go? If we treat we traditions like a Barbie show, you could fix everything on we island. Put gunships on we back like a tyrant. You could put 10 radars all up Scarborough. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. We love we freedom, and every citizen will agree that no oppression will be accepted by our Trini. We come from long days on the ground, working hard until daylight come, so we'll see it wrong to be a financial donkey. Cause every day we see a new taxation that causing a new kind of sufferation. And when you don't create that irritation, you send police to fix with desperation. Lord, where's the common sense? Where's the true intent to make you think oppression is relevant? Don't be shocked, my friend, when we start to bend and you see them placards in front of the parliament.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we little children are not free to grow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If they try to ban the words in the calypso, you could try to stop social media or the taping of police murders. You could rewrite a bill like this also. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. Take one look around. Even lingo and all could see confusions in tongue. And it's affecting everybody. Politicians and Facebook trolls. Even Kaisonians lost their role. The world's upside down. And I'm worried for my country. Cause every day I see victimization, racial and social aberration. We saying is love and need to go wrong, but we spreading this thing like a toxin. Man, things getting so tense, some can't pay their rent, and the effect of this feeling permanent. But what scares me though, just so that you know, is the money we about to borrow.
Tell me where else can we go?
If the IMF start to pull we toe.
Tell me where else can we go?
If we toilet paper start to run too low, you could stress out the CPEP worker. Take a fool and make him a leader. You could change every board cause it's your show. But don't forget, this is Trinidad. I know it's good intentions. We Prime Minister have for we, but brutal measures would only cause rebellion in TNT, like what caused Cambule in times of old. And it's so the story unfold. It's that rebellion that give we people identity. So careful how you deal with we intellect, cause DNA remembers every aspect. Not every time we cry it's just politics. Your mind could start to play you some dirty tricks. Look, remember that honor comes before minister, and that's why we give you so much power. So don't let us down and don't let us frown. We need to see our 360 turn around.
Tell me where else can we go?
If your promises start to look untrue,
tell me where else can we go?
If your own voters losing trust in you, you could do what you want with what intent. You could bar talk the independent bench. You could change the country that we once know. But don't forget, this is Trinidad.
Don't forget, this is Trinbago.
How that didn't run a close second to lesson, I don't know.
Yeah. He certainly deserved to place higher up than sixth.
I'm sorry. I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
That is what controversy does to any situation. The controversy, everybody focusing on on all the other songs, and nobody is even thinking about the winner. Richard asked us to play
Terry Lyons.
You know, when he wanted to play the controversial song.
Well, you see, but to be fair to Terry Lyons, she did an excellent performance, but she was part of the small church hymnal that took place on Dimanche Granite. And I am hymned out, Sir Charles. I am hymned out. I am hymned out.
In doubt?
I can't take no more hymn.
No, but she was the leader. She was a good leader of the small churches, though. Eh? She was powerful, eh?
No, she was an excellent performance. She was clear. And you know, sometimes
excellent.
But it was
beat everybody by a mile.
She was the high priest of the small churches that day.
Yeah, it was a small church that went one after the other.
Yes.
And all the white cloth in tongue gets allowed.
even voice performance was not voice. Oh Lord, young brother. Excellent performance that night also.
Yeah, young brother started white.
I was plenty of white cloth too. He started white cloth posse. Just part of the white cloth posse.
Yes.
That Dimanche Gras will be known as the White Cloth Posse Dimanche Gras show.
Imagine what going to happen to new priests who want to get ordained this year. They ain't going to get no cloth.
No, they gotta wait for that shipment to come in.
Yes. So all that goes down into the controversy of the carnival that is seriously taken away from the winners of the carnival.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the controversy has ended. All controversies have ended now, because Ban of the Year, Lost Tribe, and K2K. Nobody expected that to be different. That's been the status quo for a number of years. Except when Ronnie and Carol was around, they used to win it year after year after year after year after year.
They have not gone anywhere.
Huh?
They have not gone anywhere.
Ronnie and Carol still on?
What?
They had a band this year?
Yeah.
I ain't hear about them. Maybe it's because I'm not downtown anymore.
Ask the Slick and the Wicked.
Yeah,
they went downtown. They went downtown consistently for years.
Wendell, Slick and Wicked is the
Slick and the Wicked.
And Caro.
Oh God, he's
He is the poster boy. The only thing is he don't model for the band launch.
I know he's so big in the dance.
That they say is, and at the end of the day, it's R, C, and C, you know.
But and did he just play a tribe or one of them big band?
No, it's you hear what I tell you? It's Ronnie, Caro, and Corey.
It's a Coca-Cola.
So,
no, I really didn't hear about them for the last couple of years. Maybe because the band room moved. Corey, where's your band room now? Let's see if he messaged in the chat. He might be well cussing up a store.
You can imagine the language going to take place.
Anyway, let's open the well, we could take a few calls, just a couple calls until we close off.
Yep.
Yes, so let's take your calls. Caller, good morning to you. Captain Ron?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Morning to you.
Morning, Captain Ron.
You know, I must make this comment. The competition you kept on this radio station was more fair and more accurate than what I saw they did in the Savannah the other night. You understand what I'm saying? When I saw what happened Sunday night, I mean, and I said to the people I was looking, as a whole bunch was looking at the masquerade show, I said, look what they're doing. I actually said it, and you know, and I said, I bet you the technical glitch. I think the guy, and I'm calling. I just want to call. the need to remove the guy from the Toko, or however you pronounce it, Toko or Toko. The need to remove him and change all of them. That's from there. And the UNC government needs to go. Simple as that. I put no water in my mouth to talk. Y'all have a good day.
All right, Captain Ron. Take care.
All right, so we are here. We're taking your calls. It's hello, good morning to your caller.
Hey, good morning.
Morning again.
Good morning. You're talking about the takeaway from Terry's win and all of them things. At the end of the day, Terry is the only person going on with $1 million, so anything could take away from that. But she going on with $1 million in her car. So me and Kay will talk about me after that. I still have $1 million in my pocket. Speaking of which, $1 million, did they settle out if they had to pay taxes from the winnings of these things this year? I know there was a topic being had that entertainers had to pay taxes off of the winnings. What came out of that?
But you are alerting people to something, but everybody forget. What I'm saying, boy. You want the taxman go looking for people now?
I have a question, an observation. Maybe it's my imagination. Have you all found that the support in mass this year was significantly less? I find the bands look extremely scanty. I find that what I'm familiar with is when Tribe, if you stand up on Frederick Street, Frederick and Queen, and Tribe passing, half an hour, 45 minutes later, hour later, Tribe still passing.
Yeah, that's true.
Looking at it now on television, it was just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and a section pass. You used to wait a good half an hour, 45 minutes for one section to pass. And I noticed a significant difference in that this particular year. Did you all notice that?
Yeah. What I noticed, Lincoln, is that definitely where Queen's Park Savannah was concerned, they were moving on the larger bands a lot quicker, because like Lost Tribe, they normally a band like that normally takes like about 45 minutes to an hour to pass on the stage. They were gone in about 20 minutes.
Yes. Not just that too, but the sets, the parties were, you could have walked through the parties and meet people and see this one and see this one, because it was significantly less attended than before, and years gone by. I don't know if it's the economy. I don't know if it's because people financially can't afford to go. I don't know if it was a deliberate boycott, which I believe the stands were boycotted. I don't know. I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard the North stands, they eventually allowed it to be free.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that there was free admission to the North stand.
Yeah. I would imagine the only reason they did that was because people wouldn't spend their money to go to that. They didn't get it sell.
I think a lot of things happened this year with the Carnival. No money.
I think the state of emergency affected
the state
Carnival.
of emergency. Yeah, I think a lot of things.
I think the U.S. presence with Venezuela
Lincoln, thanks much.
also affected Carnival.
Yeah,
especially with a lot of the foreigners who come to Carnival every year. I think some of them probably said, "Okay, we just missed this year." I think all of that affected.
Yeah, just to give you a little idea as to the large band and the winners, besides the Lost Tribe, who came first, 4 years for them. Then Trinidad All Stars came second, Paparazzi, Carnival third, Ronnie and Caro came fourth, Mardi Gras fifth, Showtime sixth, Spirit Mass came seventh, Yuma eighth, and Hearts came ninth. And that's three big bands you're talking about came 7th and 9th. Wow.
But Spirit Mass and them they no costume. Like people with briefs and bikinis. And a feather stick here and a feather stick there.
But you're out of place. People create that. What
Yeah,
you do, you sit down in rum shop and you sit down in rum box and drink rum all day.
They have a category for that now, Wendell. You know, I think they call it fantasy, where it could be looking one way, but that could be anything, you know.
You mean you have to just fantasize on what you're looking at?
Yeah, you might tell yourself, hey, there's a Heineken I'm watching that, but they portraying Johnny Walker Blue, you know. Call out good morning to you.
Charles, that one expensive to drink, you know, Johnny Walker Blue. unless Wendell sponsors, we will be able to get it. I wanted to bring something to your attention because it is very, very important. And I say NP is dropping the ball in the West. I went yesterday to put some pressure in some tire to get some pressure putting tires in the NP service station. Not one of the service stations in the Diego Martin area the pressure pump working.
That has been so along the East corridor in a lot of places.
No, wait.
Yes,
Hold on.
like,
you know, there's a sign. There's a sign in NP gas stations that they have next to the air pump that says, if air pump is not working, call this number. I have had calls because I've gone through that frustration looking for an air pump, and I went to some place and there was not, and I saw the sign, and in my frustration, I called and I made a report. About maybe a month or 2 months later, they fixed it.
Well, the ones that I went to have no number or nothing like that. All it's saying is not in service. One of them, it have the holes on it, no sign at all. But when you look at the glass, the digital part actually it out of place, so you can't use it and it's off. Right? A young lady was trying to use the one in Rich Plain yesterday, and she was trying to get the attention of the gas station attendant. I had to tell him, I said, look, the lady trying to get to use the pump. He said it's not working, and that was it. No sign, no signage.
But who pulls in a gas station for that anymore? Nobody don't pull in a gas station. You go to a tire shop and you pay them a little $5.
No.
Everybody don't have money to do that, you know. Right? Everybody don't have money to do that, and this is the reason why when you want to have when they want to have authorities out there harassing people who drive in vehicles, they need to fix the system. Otherwise, sooner or later, those matters will end up in the court, you know. If they want to be harassing people who drive in vehicles, they need to come straight and fix the problems that they have in those service stations, right?
Yeah, it's a very inefficient
Charles, one more thing before I go. Coming into St. James and Wendell, the ramp, when you get on the ramp, you can't stay far left because it is very, very bumpy. You have to go more to the right. They need to do some paving works there, or let me come with a truck with some concrete and concrete it, because you're going into some potholes. What will get deep just now, and it could have your vehicle flip over or whatever the case may be. You know, when you're coming into St. James and you're going up the ramp and you're on the left hand side, right where they have like the joint, there. They have about 3 small ones, but they're starting to develop where they will get bigger just now. They need to do some paving works there.
Yeah. Wendell, why you haven't had that fixed yet, Wendell? You're from St. James. Why you haven't had
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. If I get Tampuna Road fixed, I go get that fixed.
Tampuna Road is more of a job. That has to have its own vote in the budget.
It had to go into the redevelopment thing with Jolene John. That's where that Tampuna Road belongs.
It's part of the revitalization plan.
Revitalization, yeah.
But why is this that these things, the corporations don't identify them in the early stages and fix them before they reach to those kind of stages?
So Charles, where you living?
I don't understand.
So Charles, you're not born in Trinidad?
I'm trying to get the understanding of the corporations. I don't know how the corporations think and work when that has been there.
Well, that's not a corporation. First, those things are out of the purview of the corporation. That is Ministry of Works. But at the same time, I know the corporations would try their best, but that really is Ministry of Works. Those jobs are too big and too expansive for a corporation budget to think. And again, as I say, if they would give local government, listen to Khadija, I hope you're listening. If they would give local government the tools and reform local government, all these things, then local government could deal with it. But until that is done, it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Next time.
Okay. All right. Okay. Caller, good morning to you.
Yes, Charles, how are you going? Wendell, morning. Richard Agubasing, morning.
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, you have a costume.
What you coming with this morning, Mr. Patrick? I hear like you're coming with something.
Ask your question early.
I asked you no question. I say something. Apart from my dear Mr. Richard Agubasing, in the main center in Arima, you have no traffic lights. It has no lights. No street lights. The place is dark by.
I raised that even with members of the borough when they were on.
Just say you have no question and he asked you a question. Eh?
No, when we did a live with them.
It has no lights. It has no lights up here. Dark by hell.
Because nobody that work in, let me tell you something, Mr. Patrick. Nobody that work in TNTech apparently is drive around in the night. And certainly, I give up on the borough council because I stayed in hibernation until winter done. So I had to wait till April before they resurface. So because right now you don't even hear the mayor, you don't hear no borough council members do nothing. Like since UNC when Arima went silent. But that issue of that lighting I have raised several times. So I waiting to see if any TNTech worker has been maybe he go out late some night to get doubles and say, hey, all the lights on the street, no, let me see about it.
So that's the main street in Arima?
Yep.
Yep.
And the second thing, Mr. Patrick.
Mr. Wendell, I was reading the article this morning about the EU moving out from the tax thing, right? And I see my body shaking hand, Mr. Tanku, but the PNM government for years are trying to deal with that.
Both of them taking credit for it. Both of them taking credit for it. The PNM is saying it's because of what they did, and the UNC is saying it's because of what they did.
Okay. This is about the is this about the EU?
The EU tax. Yeah, the EU.
All right. To be fair to the PNM, I'll give the PNM that way. Mm-hmm. And to be fair to the PNM, they did a lot of the work. So I will agree with Com Imbert on that. And I don't think that the UNC is taking the win on this. I can't remember them saying that. But they're announcing it as good news. But a lot of the work was done under the Com Imbert being the Minister of Finance. I will say that.
Yeah. Mr. Billy, good morning.
Yeah, morning. This is our next Patrick too, but Patrick
yes.
Morning to the breakfast show. I want to speak on Carnival, right, for a while. I know they must be wrapping up now. I want to congratulate the Minister of Culture. I also want to congratulate the police and all the defense force. I want to also congratulate the ministry dealing with local government for the wonderful job they did in cleaning up the place after. I was shocked yesterday driving through, on the avenue because this looks to be the epicenter of the carnival. And how clean, I had some foreigners with me taken to the airport and they are asking me, is here the carnival? I said, right here. And it's amazing how clean. Well done, Wendell. I know you might have some part to play in it. And I want to honestly say, well done to the Ministry of Culture, the Minister, Mr. Benjamin, also the Chairman, Mr. Kanai. I know early they jailed him and boo him and things, but that, flavor was a magnificent idea. Beautiful idea. And I wanted to congratulate the government this morning. Well done for staging a wonderful carnival in 2026. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, well done.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Billy.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Billy, for always.
All of you who waiting for NP to put them pressure hose back in gas station. Wait Friday.
Wendell, did you see somebody in the chat by the name of what is it, BK Billion or anything like that on the chat today? We didn't acknowledge their votes and stuff. And that is why sometimes we tell people, they try when it's time to vote, put yes or no first, because some people are commenting and then putting their votes down inside of the messages and stuff.
Exactly.
So when it's time for the poll, you need to put your yes or no first, put anything else after that now.
Yeah, and sometimes they're chatting and answering one another yes or no, and I thinking is a vote.
So you had to put poll then.
Yeah, some people actually put yes to the poll, which is what I appreciate that. When
yes to the poll, no to the poll.
What the yes or the no for. You know?
Because at the time, sometimes you're checking the poll messages and stuff. You're ready kind of skip over some of the normal messages because you're dealing with the poll at that point in time.
Yeah.
Wendell, just in case you didn't know, Ronnie and Caro existed.
Yes, he sent the picture.
Yeah, there's Ronnie and Caro.
Yeah, they came forth. Mr. Gomartin, you'll be our final caller. Go ahead.
I want to tell Wendell, we purchased gas at MP, and MP supposed to have the air pump working. We ain't have to go in no damn tire shop, right? I just called a friend of mine who work at MP, and I told him, I said, 3 gas stations I went to during last week and couldn't get an air pump. And he tell me, he take my information, he say, I will pass it on to management. You see, we don't walk the talk.
Yeah.
I don't only come on radio and talk things. I go to the source. I call him and I tell him, I say, 3 gas station, you know where I have to end up going? By Starlight. That is unacceptable. But we accepting it and talking about, why we ain't going tire shop? That why they do with that. That is why the PNM and them was not delivering. Look at the number go.
The PNM come in this, ma'am.
Yes, both them.
But how the politics come in this? How PNM come in this?
No, I'm talking about what they do and we accept it. Look at, I went to my MP. The trees in the river still there.
Jesus Christ, Mr. Them trees big like White Forest.
Yeah.
You should have cut them down when they were small. You let them grow big, so.
I don't expect Khadija Amin to send down a crew. Them now come in office 2 years. 2 years. Trees in a river. And Rohan Sinanan was the Minister of Works. That is your colleague, Mr. Dinobrega. That's why when you walk down by me, I refuse to go out. I am no hypocrite. What the hell I go in and shake your hand for? And 2 years you ain't delivered our house like a jungle in that Diego Martin River. Come on.
I miss Diego Martin. Thanks. Thanks,
man. Like to say, what we gonna do?
All right. You know what I want to tell people?
I hope the corporation hears you, and I am sure NP would hear you too.
You know what I want to tell you?
Let me tell Mr. Diego Martin, before Wendell talk and defend the PNM. You know, Mr. Diego Martin, what you need to do is, you see, for those 5 trees or whatever it is in that canal or whatever.
The river.
Get 5 big, great is the PNM flag, and put it in each of them trees.
What I want to do. The advice I want to give. Anybody, I want you to go out right now if you're living close to a river or drain. And if you see a little plant, so take it out. Don't let it grow big and then complain.
Well, lady said, don't she come. You want Mr. Martin to go and fall along in the river.
You want to take out the plant now, please?
Hey, you see how deep some of those, you want people to go down in the river? Look, the corporation, the lady said she complaining since it was a shrub. In a tree.
I was saying,
a whole tree now.
So Charles, if she had gotten it taken out then, she wouldn't be complaining about this big tree in the river now.
So, Richard, you can understand why I was asking Wendell about the road situation, because clearly when things go to the corporation, whether it's road, whether it's tree in the river or other things, the corporations are not operating within a reasonable time for years.
Look now, you know what I see people do, sir? People grass going in front of their own driveway and gate, and they wouldn't even go out in front and remove that. And they will complain from now till thy kingdom come, call the council and say, it have a set of grass in front of my yard. Oh, for crying out loud, man.
Do something to help yourself.
Yeah, man.
So the sum total of this story and this moral story in defense of the PNM is that it's your fault that the trees in the river because you didn't take them out when they were small.
And it's your fault because that grass growing in the road, that is not your property.
No wonder why nobody has run a hoax for years.
Performance.
You see why? They run a hoax on people? Huh?
Get them performance, man.
Anyway, what am I to do to help Khadija? I mean, trust me, I will be doing it though.
Yes. That is so nice. That's so nice.
Let's start with getting the trees out of the Digger River.
I can't.
Next thing is when it's not shrub, it's not trees, are forests.
but she sent them pictures already.
Yes.
It was big trees.
Yes.
Not who moving that now?
Somebody are going to cut down that. Oh Lord, eh?
Listen, if I take on people, I won't be laughing like this every morning, eh? I'd be crying.
As you talk about laughing, next week Saturday and Sunday.
You see how the algorithm just pick up certain trigger words. Once you say laugh, once you say play, once you say Cedrus, once you say Wendell, what was it?
Scandal in Cedrus opens next week Saturday and Sunday at Central Bank Auditorium. Of course, Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday the 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Play premieres, first play of 2026 actually, next week Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are available now at all outlets, usual outlets, and tickets are already selling. Trust me on this. K-Squared Fashion, C3 Center, K-Squared Fashions, West Mall, Eastgate, and Brentwood Mall in Shabodas. Jubilee Rawi in Tinapuna, Electronics in Arima, Sharpley Auto Services in Sharpley, and of course, Antoni's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza in Val Park. Of course, tickets will be also available at the Central Bank box office from next week. So from next week, you can start getting tickets at the Central Bank box office itself. And of course, you can also purchase tickets online. Check RSRR Productions Theatre on social media, and you can get the information of how to purchase tickets online. All right, I'm finished with my little speed.
I just want to respond to one thing on the chat. Anan, I agree with you. There are people who rent in HDC. Well, back then it was NHA places, right? They tap leaking in the house. You know, they're leaving it, letting it leak, and waiting on HGC to come and fix a tap that could just be a washer, you know. They will not touch that tap until HGC comes. And they will cuss the councillor, they will cuss the MP, they will cuss the HGC, they will cuss the government, and so they're going. But it's a washer that needs changing, and they won't change it. People need to start changing their attitude and stop waiting on people to come and do every bloody thing for them.
Wendell, we are custom, you know. We had 50-something years in the PNM. We are custom having to do things for ourselves.
Well, Wendell, let me just show you how the thing does work just before we go. I go to the clinic at Port of Spain General Hospital, and there was one particular time I went to use the bathroom, right? And when I stepped in the bathroom, it was water, foot went in water. And I went back to clinic like about 6 months after, and the toilet tank was still leaking. You know, I just take off the cover on the toilet tank and adjust the float, and that was the night, you know. Yes. And I'm saying, but wait now, what are the maintenance people at the Port of Spain General who supposed to see this? Who being paid for this? You know what I mean? So
you mean being paid regardless?
Regardless. And this is supposed to be their thing. So all that time, that 6 month period, I went back. All that, and it was just happening way before I reach it.
This is where when Sir Charles.
Port of Spain Hospital, you know.
This is Port of Spain. Port of Spain
Hospital. You went to the toilet there?
Watch out.
I don't know if they have modernized it, but I went in the Port of Spain General Hospital. At time I went in and I was like, oh my God, I get frightened.
Well,
it had the ball and chain still. It had the chain hanging down.
I felt like I went back in time and I could be murdered and lost in some time period that nobody will find.
No. But if you just have the passport, and you can use some of the facilities. But what I'm saying is that when you go to like,
but you lift up a tank. No, I want to be clear. You lift up a tank cover.
Just lift up the cover and just
dip your hand into water in the Port Spring General Hospital to fix a float.
Yeah.
So, Charles, I nominate you for an award, national award this year.
Well, I will tell you something that you may not be aware of. I will tell you know, if there's a storm and Wassa knocks out all the water and you're not getting water, you know, your toilet tank is one of the places that have water that you can utilize.
Well, if there's a storm, I assume Charles. If there's a storm, I assume rain is falling, and I will put a
yeah. All that. But at the end of it all, I'm just saying that there are people who are supposed to be doing some of these things. MP is a service station. Well, let's make sure they give service. Fix it. Guys, we gotta go. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Every NP station you're going now, you have to pump your own gas, you know. Hardly anybody pumping gas again, if you notice.
Yeah, right. That's come just like the banks and them too.
So all you wait for the hose.
Yeah, we demand our hose. We want our hose.
All right, Richard, it's time for us to go.
Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. Bye-bye.
Wendell, give me hose.
Give me hose. Trinidad hose need a blessing. Trinidad hose need a blessing.
Richard, we have to go.
Yes.
Richard, are you winding up the show?
Trinidad and Tobago, have a fantastic day. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. Of course, New Era TT Radio continues on newerattradio.com and New Era TT Radio on TuneIn, where you will enjoy excellent programming throughout the day. You have been watching
The Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah.